Have you ever been the last one in an office? Or maybe walked through an empty parking garage late at night? There's this special kind of quiet that only happens after midnight. For most people working the night shift, that quiet is just part of the job. But in that deep, deep silence, sometimes the smallest, strangest thing can be the start of an absolute nightmare. So let's talk about what happens when that quiet gets way too loud.
Right here, this is the baseline, the normal. This quote from a hotel clerk, it just nails the starting point for all the stories we're going to look at. The night shift is supposed to be boring, you know? A predictable rhythm of humming lights and silent hours. It's one of those jobs where nothing happening is actually a good thing.
And that's exactly where we start, in that deceptive calm. See, the terror in these stories, it doesn't kick off with a scream. It starts in that profound, unsettling silence when you suddenly realize you are truly, completely alone.
Think about the shared DNA of these experiences. It doesn't matter if it's a tiny gas station off some county road or a small motel with just a few guests, the environment is basically the same. It's a world of isolation where the only sounds are the ones the building itself makes and, well, the ones inside your own head. In that kind of setting, it creates a very unique kind of vulnerability.
Okay, this is the moment the whole script flips. The quiet gets broken, but not by something loud or obviously dangerous. No, it's a detail that just feels wrong. It's that moment when your gut starts screaming long before your brain can even figure out why.
And that's the huge question, isn't it? Is that person just a little strange, or are they an actual threat? Are you just being paranoid, or are you picking up on something real? For these night shift workers, that line got very, very blurry, very fast.
You know, the first line of defense, as we see here, is always intuition. Before they had any hard evidence, before they could logically explain why they were scared, every single one of these people felt it. Just this powerful, immediate sense that something was deeply, deeply wrong. It's like a primal alarm system going off.
So take a look at this. It breaks down those first subtle, but super chilling moments. At the hotel, it's just a guest whose eyes stay on the clerk just a couple seconds too long. For Meredith at the gas station, it's a man who somehow knows her name. At the motel, a bell just keeps ringing, but nobody's there. I mean, they seem like small things, right? But each one was this undeniable crack in the normal, quiet night. But these weren't just one-off weird encounters. Oh no, the strange stuff didn't just fade away, it grew. Those initial red flags started waving frantically, becoming active, undeniable threats that pushed these lone workers from just feeling uneasy into genuine, paralyzing fear.
So back at the hotel, the clerk discovers the man who is staring, he isn't even in the reservation system. His credit card was stolen, he never even went to his room. Instead, she watches on the security cameras as this guy just wanders the halls for hours, standing outside other guests' doors, lurking in the shadows of the lobby. He was never a guest, he was an intruder.
Now at the motel, the source of that phantom bell was somehow even more terrifying. After hearing it ring over and over, the clerk, Daniel, he decides to just sit and wait. And as he's watching the empty lobby, a pale hand reaches up from underneath the desk he's sitting behind and rings the bell. The person was hiding literally feet away from him the entire time.
And Meredith's stalker, this guy Paul, he was a master of psychological terror. This shows you exactly how he did it. His words, they're all about fake innocence. He's just curious, just paying attention. But his actions are deeply obsessive and threatening. He knows her routine, he leaves a close-up photo of her. This gap between what he said and what he did, that is pure gaslighting, designed to make her question her own fear.
Over at the 24/7 store, what seemed like a one-night scare became this terrifying pattern. That suspicious car with no plates that took off when confronted, it came back the very next night, right around the same time. Only this time, there wasn't one man inside, there were two.
So, what do? I mean, this brings us to the real turning point, right? That critical moment when your instinct and your fear finally force you to make a decision. When you have to stop hoping it's all in your head and just accept that you are in real, immediate danger.
And, their responses all followed this universal pattern. First, that chilling realization. Oh my God, this is really happening. Then, a desperate move to safety, locking a door, grabbing a phone. But then there's often this crucial moment of hesitation, where fear just freezes you. And finally, there's the intervention, breaking through that paralysis to make the call for help.
This quote from Meredith is just so powerful because it reminds us this isn't a movie. When she finally confronts her stalker and tells him she's calling the police, she says her voice was cracking. It wasn't some heroic moment of defiance. It was a moment of profound human vulnerability.
And here's how each of these situations finally came to a head. The hotel clerk called 911 the second she saw the man lingering outside a guest's room. Daniel, he locked himself in the back office. And at the 24/7 store, the help actually came from an unexpected place. Other customers noticed the suspicious car and confronted the men inside, scaring them off. It's a good reminder that sometimes help comes from total strangers.
But the story doesn't just end when the police arrive or the threat drives away. The shift ends, sure, but the fear, it clocks in for overtime. The psychological impact of these nights is just profound, and it is lasting.
Get this. This is what the police found in Meredith's stalker's car, a notepad. And inside, it detailed her entire life. One page just had her name written over and over and over, the loops getting tighter and tighter until it was just a scribble. This was the chilling proof. Her intuition was right. The danger was even greater than she could have ever imagined.
Daniel's words here just perfectly capture how trauma completely reshapes your environment. A simple front desk, a place of work, is now forever the place where a hand reached up from the darkness. A totally mundane object is permanently transformed into a monument of fear. And Meredith's final statement really shows how the fear just follows you. She doesn't even work that job anymore. She doesn't even live in the same town. But a simple pair of headlights in her rearview mirror is enough to bring it all rushing back. The fear doesn't stay at the gas station. It gets in your car and it follows you home. Which leaves us all with this final, unsettling question. The terror of the night shift isn't just about what happened, it's about the what if. It forces us to confront that razor-thin line between anxiety and instinct. How do you ever truly trust the quiet again once you know what might be hiding inside of it?